Honorable Men Discord, Detective Cheeks. Let's talk about it. So, folks, this is a story that I came across a little while ago. I just never got around to talking about it. So, there was a Bronx detective that decided to, off the clock, partake in a music video, which I'm going to show in a few. And the ordeal brought into question, is it distasteful to outside of your 9 to 5 duties in law enforcement to do a music video? Okay, this wasn't an OnlyFans. She was doing a music video. Turns out that she was actually hired through an agency and she performed in a music video. But before I get to that music video, to the side of me is a report that I'm just going to go through to bring you up to speed about this whole situation that took place. So it says Detective Melissa Mercado of the New York Police Department Special Victims Division has been reassigned following her appearance in a controversial rap video. Police records show that Mercado was transferred from the Special Victims Unit to the 50th Precinct in Kingsbridge on March 14 amid growing scrutiny over her off-duty activities. Mercado, who has served with the NYPD since 2018, previously worked in multiple units, including the Bronx Special Victims Squad, earning $144,000 a year as a third-grade detective. She was involved in investigations related to sex crimes. However, her recent role in rapper Esquire's Doing That music video has raised concerns within the department, with some questioning whether it compromises her professional responsibilities. The video, which has since gone viral, features Mercado performing suggestive dance moves. While she was not identified as an NYPD officer and did not wear anything linking her to the force, some in law enforcement see her participation as inappropriate given her role in investigating sex-related offenses. The NYPD has not confirmed whether Mercado violated department rules, but an internal review is reportedly underway, according to the New York Post. A law enforcement source told the Post that Mercado's involvement might be scrutinized under the department's off-duty employment policies. If she is performing for money, if she has a side gig, the job would not want to know about that, the source said, noting that the NYPD personnel are required to file applications for secondary employment. However, the source also suggested that nothing Mercado did in the video was explicitly against department policy. I'm going to read that one more time. However, the source also suggested that nothing Mercado did in the video was explicitly against department policy. Folks, without further ado, let's just get into the video. And I muted out the audio because I don't want excuse me, because I don't want a copyright strike. All right. So let's get right to it. What you see to my side is Detective Mercado. Let's begin. By the way, I have to say this. If you hear any noise, it's courtesy of my neighbor upstairs. And being that I'm muting out the sound of the audio, enjoy. All right. Welcome to New York. This is how we live. But let's continue. By the way, I can't believe that this is a detective. It looks like a professional to me. All right. But let's continue. Now, if any of you watching this think that if there's a male detective that was in something similar to this, now, I mean, I know the chances of a guy being in the video, first of all, we don't want to see that video, but if a guy was doing something like this, would he still have a job in NYPD? Let me get your take on that in the comments. If you think that a male officer doing something like this would still be able to keep his job. But let's continue. I think that scene right here, let me bring it back, might have been the cleanest scene in the entire video. And I'm only saying that based on her profession. I think had the video been like this, like this, and this, and that, and that, I don't even think there would have been a discussion. I think it's the whole twerking and gyrating. What are your thoughts on what you're seeing in this video? My thoughts is she clearly was gambling with her job because someone's bound to find this. And here's the thing, maybe she took the chance because Esquire is an up and coming artist. By the way, I played a few seconds of his video, and he doesn't sound like he's a good artist. I'll be honest with you. I'm not here to lie. He doesn't sound like he's a good artist. And funny enough, the first line he said was, "Ass so fat, make me want to hit that." Something along those lines. So for her as a detective, not only is the visual risky for your 9 to 5 job as an NYPD detective, but the content. See, like, had she been in a video that, let's just say, even if it was a rap song, if it was about like love or something other than being in a strip club of all locations, if it was something where she was on the beach or she was wearing, I don't know, she was wearing a nice outfit and she's with the rapper or something like that on a yacht or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. But you fill in the blanks. If she was doing something other than holding on to a stripper pole and just constantly twerking, maybe she wouldn't have found herself in a situation where the department was reviewing this. But nonetheless, I think she was rolling the dice with this. Making $144,000 a year. Did she need to do this? I feel like I'm having the same conversation I had in yesterday's video about what men can learn from Beyonce, except for she's clearly not a billionaire. So, in all fairness to her, she's making 6 figures. And to be honest with you, anyone who lives in New York knows better than anyone else that 6 figures, low 6 figures, is not doing much in New York City. New York City, you need to make high 6 figures to live comfortably. But with that being said, for one, she looks like a professional. I mean, she's comfortable on camera. So I would be surprised if anyone said that this is the first video that she's done. Maybe this is the first one they found out about. But she's way too comfortable, which is a good thing for the artist. I'm just saying, if I'm one of her colleagues or superiors watching this, I'm like, you look very comfortable on that camera, right? And then on top of that, I would start wondering, I would start looking into if she's had any relationships with any of her colleagues. Because, if there's colleagues that work with her that's hating on her, I would start to think, well, I wonder how she got the detective position. Was she doing stuff like this, on a different level? I mean, it's fair to ask, now, and if anyone disagrees with, that thought process, then by all means, see me in the comments. But like I said, she looks comfortable. She doesn't look like she's a rookie at this. Pun intended. right? She doesn't look like a rookie. She definitely looks professional. And I don't know, maybe she prefers doing this. That's another thing. You never know. She might have just became a police officer to make ends meet, but her real passion was to be out there in videos, you know, showing off her assets. It's possible, and I'm not even saying that to be funny. My title was to be funny, Detective Cheeks. That was to be funny, I know. I just wanted something that popped. Put in Detective Mercado would mean nothing to anyone because, I mean, who is she in the grand scheme of things? She's an officer, but no one knows who she is except for this now. But I'm pretty sure she put her department in a frenzy because if the male officers saw this video, they would all lose their mind, and it would just no one could function at work. It'd be an uproar, finding out that, oh, your colleague did this, right? So for those men that were already probably checking her out at work, this just amplified whatever was going on at that particular department that she worked for. But and then of course the female workers that worked with her were probably hating on this when they found out about this. They were like, oh no, she's got to go. So who knows? Maybe one of her female colleagues basically ratted her out and told the subordinates, hey, this girl has a video out there. Take a look at this. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was one of her female colleagues that put it out there to the public, or to the supervisors that she did this. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on all of this? I mean, this is pretty much cut and dry. I think this was a poor decision for her current occupation. I mean, you're making six figures and you're gonna do a video where you're twerking. Make that make sense. I mean, by all means, I don't see anything wrong with having side hustles, side gigs. Get as much money as you can, stack money, save money. Feed your family, take trips. I get it. I get it. But if you're in a position as a detective and you're twerking in a video, I don't know. I mean, she could have put a ski mask on. She could have did something that made sense. Put a mask on her face. Anything. It's not like she has visible tattoos where her colleagues would recognize, oh, that's her. So she could have did silhouettes where she's not really showing her face. It could have been maybe like a side profile. But again, she could have explained to the client, which is this artist, hey, my profession, which she didn't have to disclose. She could say, my profession won't allow me to have my face on camera. So let's just make sure the angles that we take it still gives you what you're looking for, but it's not putting me at risk of losing my bread and butter. That's something that she could have worked out, but she clearly didn't care. She was taking a chance. She clearly wanted her face out there because she wanted that attention. I'm going to assume she wanted that attention because why risk it? Why risk it? You're not a billionaire. You're not even a millionaire, so why risk it? But that's all I have on this. I mean, like I said, it's cut and dry. But outside of that, I want to just take a few moments to say thank you for everyone that's liked, shared, and subscribed this material, who supported this channel. This is officially my 100th video, and it's a slow and steady process. I'm not rushing anything. I appreciate where I'm at now, because where I'm at now is much better than where I was at before, meaning before I even started the channel. Because believe you me, I had originally thought about starting this channel maybe over a year ago, and I actually started the channel. Like, I came up with the name and started the channel on YouTube, but I never put anything on the channel until after a year. I was procrastinating. I'm sure some of you can relate to procrastination, but I was procrastinating. I wanted everything to be perfect when I first started, which nothing was perfect when I started, which is fine. But the reason why I didn't start is because I said to myself, "Oh, I want the right camera, I want the right background and the right microphone." I had all these things saved in my notes of things that I was going to purchase as far as hardware before starting. But then I thought about it and I was like, you got to just start, because you're going to always come up with excuses to why you should start. So that's why I just decided to just go for it. You know, my very first videos, I was shooting it from inside of my vehicle, which I'm not saying I'm not going to return to that here and there, but my point is that, you know, I'm just proud to be in this journey, and I'm very grateful and appreciative of those of you who have supported me through this journey and continues to support me through this journey. So I'll never forget about those of you who actually subscribe to this channel. I appreciate everyone, every last one of you, and I just ask that you continue to support the channel and you share it among your friends and family, and put the word out there that Auto Moment Discord is a great channel, and it's worth sharing and watching. So outside of that, that's all I have for today. I'll see you on the next episode, and take care.